button.
Every
Hit the
episode,
button.
he feels
You
like
know what that's from?
I might be spicy as fuck today. I
child.
said I might be spicy as fuck today.
Ooh, good.
Nah, y'all remember last time Tim was spicy.
Yeah,
When he came from that brunch, he was off the chain.
That was last week.
bruh.
That was?
That was that.
I feel like it was so long ago.
No, that footage is still real. I said I didn't
What's
see
up,
anything
y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Unfiltered, where we keep it raw and uncut.
Oh, you ready to start?
There we go. Okay.
They call me semi-socialite.
Oh, we doing introduction.
And, that's how I do. These other peasants are my co-hosts, but they're filled with excellence and black power, so I guess it's not all bad.
Any more intros?
Well, hello. I'm Tab. I ain't got nothing special to say. We just here and we're making it work.
Right. Focus, y'all know what's going on. Free.
All of that?
Yep, every time.
I'm Shaq. That's it.
Simply.
Simply
Underscore.
Underscore Shaq. And Shaq's closet with a Z.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, welcome to
Shaq's Closet.
welcome to the first Unfiltered. Oh, we talking about Shaq's Closet. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. What you asked?
Oh,
No, he
next.
said today. Do I have anything for you?
Oh, bitch. This is Shaq Quandra's closet, not Shaq
I mean,
Queen
I can shop
O'Neal's
for
closet.
people. I mean, they just have to give me money.
Well,
Why is that Shaquille O'Neal?
Anywho, welcome to the first Unfiltered brunch with bottomless mimosas.
Where's the brunch? You can't say it's brunch.
Child,
With no food on the table.
we are in Atlanta. Brunch means bottomless mimosas. The food is optional. Like,
The brunches and the drinks is pineapple, strawberries, and kiwis.
we got a
So the fruit
we
is
got
the
a $17 fruit basket from BQE with our bottomless mimosas because that's how much they be charging for little shit like
17?
that. Hell yeah. No, they bottomless like 25.
He didn't get it. But that's what I was saying. He threw the number 17 out there. He said it's like 25. That's why the hell you said 17.
I'm talking about the food 17, the bottomless
17 and 25. Okay.
25. Y'all crazy.
Bottomless.
Don't be showing though.
Why not? Get out here.
Like they gonna come through the camera and give me that.
Next time we gonna have a server.
Let me get some.
Someone to come by.
Yo, we gonna do this early this time and not wait to the end. We need y'all to share
Oh,
this
word.
Yeah.
stuff like just
if you
just
watch
share
it, help
Come
us
on.
like post something in the
Like,
comments too,
repost.
because that helps us bring more traction and other people to get to sharing this too. Because
Word.
of them
That's
like
what I
having
want.
conversations
More
and
than-
put us
more-
on more people's platforms.
More than reposts and shares, I want y'all to comment.
Like, tell us
give
to
your-
do something
Tell us what
you
y'all
didn't like,
think, to
you
give y'all
didn't like,
opinion.
right.
We gonna talk back. We gonna shout y'all out. We gonna talk back.
And by all means, use our Twitter. Unfiltered Crew 4.
I'm looking for some new people to argue with. What's up?
Some new people other
Some
than
new people to
Sam.
argue with. That sounds like you want new people on your show or something.
No, I'm just talking about comments.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go comment, go share. That's all I gotta say.
Alright. So, before we get into the heart of the topic today, any music?
New music. Young Thug just dropped his debut album. So much fun.
Debut.
Debut album. Look it
That's
up.
not his debut.
It is. What's
album.
his first album?
Like, he has multiple albums.
No, he has multiple mixtapes and projects.
Barter 6 was an album.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
It
it
was a mixtape.
was.
No, it wasn't.
In addition to fucking
Look it up.
the other shit.
Look it up. Debut
Jeffrey
album.
was
so
Jeffrey
much-
was an album.
Well, he's calling this his debut album. I don't know why. Man.
You probably should have researched what he
I'm
meant.
just on what he said. I don't know.
Okay.
Research it.
Okay.
Young Thug, so much fun. Quality Control, Control the Streets, Volume 2 just dropped.
with 35 songs on it. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear shit about Chris Brown.
It's a compilation album. It's not one person doing 30 songs. It's the whole label.
Migos and Lil Baby and City Girls is on 30 out of 35 of them songs. So
the Control the Streets compilation album is to release their other artists. They have several of their other artists on there. That's
right, like that girl who stole Sierra's song and remixed it.
Them folks, they on there.
And add Lil Baby to it and stuff. Talking about something. It's a Can't Leave Me Alone.
I mean, I feel like those compilation albums, they have like highlights because honestly and truthfully, I first heard City Girls off of their first
one.
Yeah, that nigga song was it.
Yeah,
like that was one.
Lil Baby, My Dog was on the first one.
Yeah, no. That had already came out. They put that on there just to help.
Yeah, but City Girls.
But no, I know. And then they had the Lil Yachty had a little nice little vibe on there. You know.
That intro was hard.
But the first one was good.
The intro on the second
Thick
one
and Pretty, that was dope. But this one, I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Nah, listen to it.
The Baby, featuring The Baby and Lil Baby. That's on there.
It's a hard project. I mean, it's a lot though. I skipped through it, but it got some bangers on it. The intro, I keep saying, is hard as fuck. It's
Hot Girl,
Migos, Gucci, and Lil Yachty. That's it for me.
Burr.
That's it. We'll move on.
Old Town Road is 19 weeks.
That's a long time.
Y'all see my skit about Old Town Road? When they called me on this series.
That's what you calling it?
I'm scared.
I thought you was just bored that day.
I was. So I made a skit. Well, it's just,
you called and harassed somebody.
I didn't call nobody. They called me. They called me.
Wait,
First of all.
so when I first was listening to it, I was like, wait, what is going on? And then I said, well, is she about to sing this on back? Like, I was just...
So y'all see my grind my gears rants and shit. So I was like, next time they call me,
well,
I'm
she
talk,
sounded like she was definitely American.
White American.
I know that,
just
but
about being
I said,
tall.
I had my mind set that next time somebody, any type of telemarketer or anything called my phone, I'm gonna try to sell something back. And I just was trying to sell my music. She was calling about Sirius XM, so I was like, yo, how I get my music on Sirius XM? And we just went from there. And then she was like, telling me I was like, what you listen to? She said, country. I was like, ding, 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 ding. And then it went from there.
Trolling.
I'm nasty.
I just get sorry.
I'm just
Old Town.
We're gonna take his number off the list.
Right. ASAP.
You played too much. You had horrible notes in there.
I should put it out. I don't even think did I put it out?
No, you sent it to us.
No, he did post it, I think.
On
On
what?
social media.
What you follow him on? Instagram?
I might put it
Instagram,
on
and we're
my story.
Facebook friends.
I put on my story. I'm gonna put it out on Facebook. I said I'd put it out. I was gonna,
Child, y'all go listen to this man's music.
that wasn't even music. It was just being funny.
Alright, so we've had a very mellowed out moment, so let's go ahead and talk about something serious. So, first off, what I'm basically trying to discuss this week is the culture. I want to talk about how we perceive what we're doing, how we look at some of the things that's being done based off some recent interviews and stuff.
What is the culture? What is the culture?
Black people.
The
We're
culture
only
is
people with
just
culture.
the culture is just what a group of people
You talking-
does to represent themselves.
Right.
I mean,
So what
So
are
y'all
we
talking about
deeming-
black
what are
people?
we
We talking about
deeming
hip-hop?
black people? What are we deeming? Because this is a social justice style conversation.
Oh, child. When I hear the word culture, I think of Cardi B, Offset.
Oh, we
But
talking-
then,
We're talking
that's
hip-hop?
culture with a K.
if we're not talking about that culture, I'm thinking about the Migos albums. Like, what?
We're not
do you want
discussing
to-
music.
Oh!
We're not discussing nothing of that nature. I want to discuss culturally, as a person, as a community, as it was used the way you said, like combining different people who got like a certain thing they're trying to do.
You know, I feel like y'all feel like there's a difference between the African American community and the hip hop community, or is that the same thing?
I think they have two different titles, but essentially, I think they're doing the same thing.
I think so too. Okay, that's a random question. Go ahead.
My question, first of all, I want to bring in Jay-Z's interview that he had, the information that has been put into the press just in regards to him collabing with the NFL. I want to see, why are we calling him a sellout?
Who's we?
Why are people
First of all,
on social media?
big homie Hove, I ain't never called you nothing. Nah, day in my
Why are
life.
people on social media and in different blogs? There's different people such as, what's the girl name from His and Her on ESPN? Or used to be on ESPN. What's the woman's name? Jamel Hill. She had some choice words to say. A few other people, just in general, like the bandwagon of people that have an opinion on this situation are calling Jay-Z a sellout. And my question is what makes him a sellout in this situation?
So what are they saying? Like, so what's going on? What are they saying about?
So inevitably, you have a lot of people that are saying that he's a sellout because it kind of seems like he went, you know, behind Kaepernick's back in regards to all of this stuff. And I think for a long time, people kind of, after all of this, I think a lot of people would have preferred someone who's kind of on the front lines of social justice. Granted, you know, Jay-Z does do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I just think that people would have preferred, I guess, someone else. Yeah, and I think a lot of people also think that it may be just a smoke and mirrors type of thing for him to just make more money.
And I'm sure there's going to be money made, but I don't think that he's not going to be using that money to put back into the community as well.
I personally didn't have a problem with the whole situation. I feel like one of, I think, the things that I find annoying about our people sometimes is that it's just like you want to pick apart somebody's movement without actually standing for something yourself or doing something yourself. Like, at what point do you just say, okay, this is a black man trying to improve something, let me stand with him, versus saying, oh, well, my opinion is more important than the movement. Because to the outside world, it's just like, okay, well, I'm on social media, I'm going to say my little two-piece on the shade room. I'm going to, you know, sit on my platform on TV and speak against this person. But to the bigger picture, based on everybody else that's looking at us, it looks like we're not united. Like, okay, you have one person that's standing up as like an ambassador for us. Now, granted, you may not have chosen Jay-Z, but he's there.
Right.
So hold him accountable. Stand with him. Make sure that he sees through all the things that he's saying that he's going to do. Help him. Don't sit up here and say, oh, well, F that nigga, or oh, he should have said this, or oh, this person should have been in that room. Well, you're not in that seat.
And then it's one of those situations where, like, to more on what you said, it's like opinion is more important than facts. Like, it's like from most of what I've seen, a lot of people don't even know what's going on. They're just like, oh, Kaepernick don't got a job in the NFL. You take a job with the NFL. Oh, you wrong for that. Like, grow up. Like,
because they did keep mentioning that. They was just like, but did he speak with Cap? Speak with Cap about what?
And we don't even know if he did or not. Like, he may have.
He
Why
did it.
would
He
he
said
talk to
he
him?
did not speak to him until just to let him know that it was going to be airing. So what does he need to say to him, bro? I just want you to know that I'm about to go do this. That has
Right.
nothing to do with you.
Because Cap's not in his boardroom and in his, like, business, helping him make business decisions. Like, that, you don't have
But
to
I think a lot of people, like I said, back to the original thing that I said, I think that a lot of people wanted, although we don't really know what the full extent of what Jay-Z is doing, I feel like the moment that they threw, you know, the whole social justice thing in there, it was just like, oh, well, they should have called Kaepernick. Like, oh, they, you know, they fired him for this. Why not bring him on board to see to it that they're actually making a change?
But is that Jay-Z's problem that they didn't?
I mean,
call
it's
Kaepernick?
not. It's not at
You know what
all.
I mean? Like,
At the end of the day, like, Jay-Z is trying to help do something. Like, that's what y'all be crying about all the time. The celebrities never do anything to help. Well, he's doing a partnership with the NFL and he's about to help. Now, the biggest issue that these people have in their real lives is a lot of black people in the culture don't like to just be behind somebody. Like, they don't see the togetherness, because taking it back to slavery, I mean, it is what it is. Like, the separation that the white people taught us was ingrained in generation and generation and generations mentalities. Like, it's always gonna be somebody that you could get behind and believe in and follow through with them, but then it's gonna be like, well, at the end of the day, it's about me and mine. So if me and mine is okay, then that's all that matters. But niggas never want to stand together. Like, they find one little thing wrong with somebody and be like, oh nah, I don't want to mess with them.
So we will give white people a chance after chance in a situation like this. But if it comes to our people, we kind of are a little bit more harsh with our decisions. So yeah, any little thing that we find, like, you have to be the perfect superhuman, and if you're not that.
And then the craziest part about it, well, one of the crazier things to me is, time and time again, Jay-Z has shown that he really is about the culture. Even when it comes to the whole idea of police brutality, just look at, you know, two of the documentaries that he was behind. I forgot his last name, but he was behind the Khalif. What was his last name? I think
that one.
He was he was behind that documentary, and then
in prison.
and they even did like a documentary on like Meek Mill and like his stay in jail and just how the system is. So I mean, even be honest, he's putting content out there. He's behind stuff that is clearly along the lines of, you know, the movement that Kaepernick was
people just
just
be wanting stuff to be fake mad about.
Yeah, another concern of what was being stated was that, you know, he decided to work in the music aspect, and the problem with that was they brought up some of his song lyrics, and they discussed how he talked about filling out stadiums just like the NFL does. So, you know, like, he wasn't going to be making music or doing anything when it came to the NFL halftime show. So the problem with that is not that he's coming in to work with them. Not only is he doing the social justice area, he's also in charge or shares in responsibility of how halftime shows and stuff like that, the music is going to run.
Jay-Z said that he don't need the NFL. The NFL needs him. So, I mean, he basically just proved what he said, and that's what he's doing. He's showing them that
They've asked him to do the halftime show before.
Yeah, they're saying that he denied it, but they're saying he denied it because of Kaepernick. No, he was saying, no, I didn't deny it because that he said I wasn't going to play second fiddle to
Now,
Maroon 5.
He's in charge, he's going to do what he wants. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but they was trying to say that he didn't do, like, he refused that because he was standing with Cap when he refused, and he was like, no, that's not why. I did it because I wasn't going to be playing, like, I wasn't going to be the back sidekick to Maroon 5's performance.
That's another issue because he told Travis Scott not to perform
every year.
So maybe he told him not to perform for the same reason for him. Like,
yeah, but they didn't report that.
Bucks.
They try to make it seem like he told him not to perform because
so they could stand with Cap.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the way that Travis Scott has been touring, and I think his visibility just in general, I mean, if you're looking along the lines of that, then he really could. I wouldn't want to see him headline the Super Bowl, but
watch him out, sis.
I'm saying
Travis Scott is lit.
I Did I ever say anything? I said I personally.
wouldn't.
Yeah, because I don't
because
like
you want to go see a Jill Scott. You want to see Jill Scott halftime show?
No, she's not a halftime performer.
Let's take a walk around the stage.
I'm just saying that if you're speaking in regards to that, then inevitably someone that is a rap star could stand to be a headliner for the Super Bowl. They hate to admit it, but they can be.
Lil Nas X would be a dope Super Bowl halftime show.
No, I don't think so.
He's gonna last on
It would be a night.
Yes. And Panini.
What? You think?
Hey Panini, don't you be a me.
He's gonna perform Old Town Road and Panini at the house.
Oh,
Yes.
he do Old Town
We
Road.
should do rodeo too. And Cardi B gonna come out.
He's gonna do
Hey,
a
and then
original.
you have a lot of different people. You have what his name is.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey will come out. They'll do Sweet Day.
Y'all not serious.
What Sweet
And
Day?
he could
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You don't wanna
With a Super Bowl performance, you have those performers where they kind of do the show themselves, but then you have some where they'll say, oh, XYZ is headlining, but then they'll go into different segments where it's like those people that they bring on have their own little piece of the show. So it's possible, but
Beyonce.
First of all, back to this issue at hand. Y'all mad at Jay-Z and I feel like y'all fake mad because y'all wasn't even boycotting the NFL anyway. This man over here gotta go to his little NFL draft next week. Like I don't know what everybody mad about.
I don't care about Jay-Z being. I'm not mad. I'm happy because
I'm just saying. In general,
I would prefer to not have to turn the TV during the Super Bowl halftime show during the Super Bowl.
Jay-Z gonna get this shit lit.
Right, the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, but see,
like
the only thing I don't like about that is Jay-Z's taste is not.
You can't say that. He
So
has a whole
like
team. It's not gonna be.
I know. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
he's not gonna have the same thing. He gonna
bro,
have to be
I don't want to see J. Cole at the halftime show, dog.
Why not? That
But
would
he
be a
may not
great
even
show.
do that. He's not gonna know.
He would, but I'm just saying, he would do
He
shit like that.
He would if it was a different climate, and I think that would be a great show. What are you talking about? J. Cole at a NFL halftime show would be great.
Basketball, maybe.
No, what?
I can see him
NFL
doing
Super Bowl
basketball
halftime
too.
show. J. Cole, y'all know? Do y'all understand J. Cole's fan base?
I prefer to see his frenemy before and I love J. Cole.
Girl, bye. Nas need to stay away.
No, I didn't say
Oh, you talking about the Yay?
Yeah.
Yay. Everybody saying
His frenemy.
Kanye always puts on a dope show.
But that's what I'm saying. That would be an interesting. Show.
Yeah, he do some
Crazy stuff.
Okay.
What the hell is
He
Yandi?
a whole bunch of graphic and lights. That thing be lit now.
What?
Yandi?
What is a Yandi? The album?
He have church for the
What
whole
about?
halftime.
Don't nobody want to hear no
Church
Kanye
service.
music.
Full on
Sunday
choir.
church service.
There'll be no Kanye blasphemy in this.
But that would be interesting. Like, oh, give him
They
full
turn the
creative.
TV, they turn the TV off on him.
What? Y'all tripping.
I bet you that'd be the first year
Kanye's a
something
musical
crazy.
genius. I don't care what y'all say about his
This
personal
might
views
go out.
or his opinions or whatever. When it comes to music, Kanye's a genius.
Once you fuck a Kardashian, your brain deteriorates.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, cause at the end of the day, I feel like Ray J ain't let nobody stop his hustle. He's still making money.
He is the creator.
He's the only one that has been untouched.
Kim
Yes.
K could have just went straight to, Reggie Bush and she would have blew up.
I don't think so.
Imagine a Reggie Bush and Kim K sex tape.
She just would have been a regular thought if it was like that. Though.
Nah, it probably would have been better. It probably would have been sellable. Like really sellable. It probably would have been more sensual. I'm sure the one with her and Ray J looked like trash. Like she looked trashy.
Nah, she looked like a little innocent, little big.
Mm-hmm.
Off ecstasy.
You didn't
She
watch
was
it?
not. I never seen it.
That thing came out so many years ago.
Did you watch it?
I've seen parts of it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where you been at?
Well, Guess we'll have to tab that after this episode.
Shit, but it was weak. That was weak.
Alright, anyways. We're not gonna go into details now. So my question is, well, I guess we answered that. What are we expecting from? What would the culture for the people inside of our social justice culture? What are they looking for from someone to prove that that person is not considered a sellout? Like what criteria are they looking for?
Like
Because
Sam, like Sam said,
looking for something.
I've said it a whole bunch of times. Black people are looking for some type of savior, and until we get it as a community through our thick skulls that we are not going to find a savior, we are going to have to band together and save ourselves. Like, period. Like, it ain't gonna be no rapper, no basketball player, no.
Do cult style.
That person may inspire us to do more, but it's gonna have to be
for so long.
Yeah, one person
it's gonna be made.
One person is just not gonna come and please everybody.
And can we note that Jay has done a lot more for the culture than the average
rapper?
Like,
him and his wife.
Well, when you have $1 billion,
okay, whatever.
But if you have $1 billion, that don't mean you have to do anything.
In word, put a group of his peers, in a group of his peers, celebrity or not, he's done more than the average. Celebrity or non-celebrity, with his money. And
I mean, I could be petty and tell you to list them, but I know you're not going to do that.
I can't. For what? He's gone to other countries, supplied water for other countries.
What is he doing in America? That's where we live.
He's done a lot for America. He was there with Katrina. He was there with Flynn.
Was he there with Katrina?
He sent money. He put that out there. He said he felt bad afterwards that all he did in that situation was send money, and he feel like he sent it to the wrong organization, and he wish he did more. And
it must be nice. It must be nice to say stuff like that in retrospect after the shit happened.
You know how long it's been since Katrina? You know how much he's done to help. Not even just black people, the world.
People who have done nothing.
Right. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying, name some shit.
Like, you're the type of person me and Shaq are addressing right now. I was like,
that is true.
Every time I tell you he does something, like, what about him?
Tell me what.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not discrediting him. I'm just asking, where's the list?
But like,
look it up, research it. Then
he did one thing.
No. If you're gonna say, if you're going to,
at least he's doing more than anybody else.
If you're gonna say somebody's doing something, you should be able to tell me what they're doing. That's all I'm saying. And then you don't pull up Katrina.
Listen, but you know that there's a list though. You know that there's a list. You know he has a list. And that in and of itself is enough.
Well, I would like to see it.
Why? You need to know exactly what it is. You know he's done.
I just want to know. I'm curious.
But he's doing something now, so that's the first start to listen.
Jumped in my head that I didn't want to say.
What's it? What?
You gotta say it now.
It was like, what was he doing? Obviously, another woman for Beyonce to create the masterpiece of lemonade.
Yeah, but
that's one thing he did.
Misogynistic is freaky. You're not gonna talk about that.
We can talk about that. I got nothing to do with me.
I thought black men don't cheat.
When you got money, you can do what you want.
The purpose behind black men don't cheat is that those who do cheat are little boys, and that the grown men don't cheat. That is the philosophy behind black men don't cheat. So if black men cheat, then they are little boys. They are not considered.
Yeah.
I don't got enough money to cheat. So
I'm so crazy.
if you got some money, you can cheat.
I got enough money.
A lot of broke people out here cheating.
Yeah, but that's why they're not allowed to.
Hell no, you can't have no orange juice.
But yeah, I think inevitably if people, even if you had somebody...
Y'all ever notice that? Hold on, real quick. Y'all ever notice that? All the rich people You feel me? Like all y'all regular folks, he cheated on me, fuck that nigga for life. All the rich people, they get cheated on and then they be like, well, that's my husband and we took vows, so we gotta work through this shit.
No,
Y'all ain't notice that?
Yeah, it is because a lot of times, no, you know why? Because for the man, more times than not, it's cheaper to keep her.
I finally
No, that doesn't
No, it is because if you cheated and you ruined
For me,
the.
it's cheaper to keep her. I'm talking about for the woman's standpoint. I like for these cheap folks, the woman's like, oh, fuck that nigga, he cheated, he can't get you. But then when the nigga's rich, it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna work through it, and we're gonna get better
because she getting more.
What's wrong with that?
I ain't saying nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying why I can't get the same energy. Why we can't work through it?
She wasting more. She wasting more when she ain't got no money.
Bro,
She's
this
gaining
shit,
more.
I cheated, but shit, I learned my mistakes and it'll never happen again. I gotta buy you a fucking $1 million ring for you to
imagine living off of
Exactly.
30 mil and then you get a divorce and you only get 2 mil. And it's not like every year, it's like you have 2 mil.
So
no, like
this is from the woman's perspective?
Yeah.
So her respect and self-worth has a price on it. She has to, she's holding out because she's gonna stay because she has more money.
Yeah.
No,
That's me too.
Put it on the card.
Odell can slap the fuck out of me for his $100 million.
And y'all agree with that?
That he can hit me?
No, that her self-worth and respect has a price tag.
So the woman who's in that situation, unless they got years up underneath their belt together.
Take that shit somewhere.
Oh, you think you know me now?
But that's not to say that woman's self-worth is completely gone or is less than, because at the end of the day,
bitch, I'm worth 30 mil and not 2 mil. So yeah, my self-worth is, I'm saying I want that 30 mil. So bitch, okay, now that I know what game we're playing, we can play. You go fly out and go see Suchi Choo Choo in Thailand while I'm at the crib cooking with the mailman. Like, what's up?
Cause she probably got.
Cause then you can fuck with broke niggas then. Like if you sucking it up for 30 mil, like you can date broke niggas.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Shit, I feel you. But
then when you're looking at those people
is that
too,
cheating?
I just hate that it's gonna be a flip the other way. Cause then when we have a episode when we talking about cheating, like, niggas ain't shit, you can't cheat.
And that's the thing, you
I can cheat if I buy you a $50 million ring. Like,
we only see those couples that allow themselves to be exposed. You know how many people that's probably out there that's saving face for like the cameras, like they probably, like Sam said, cheating on each other, and they just come to that agreement that, hey, this is the image that we're
Tammy and
willing
Wanda
to
definitely cheat on each other.
No, she definitely doesn't cheat on him.
I mean, I could be getting in trouble too, but you know what I'm saying?
He's been working on not being in trouble, so it's
how you gonna work on not being a cheater? Like, it's so simple, do it or don't. Like, I'm working through it.
Well, no, I think
Mellow and Lala.
I think the biggest thing was he kept saying that he was just more so going to show more focus to his wife. So with him being around her more, I guess that was gonna make her feel better.
Well, her love language is obviously quality time.
She loves that guy, and she loves the way he loves her daughter.
Well,
of their daughter.
Yeah.
His daughter.
Good.
Well, anyway, so
all things part of the culture.
Yeah.
Honestly and truthful.
My thing too. Okay.
Go
for it. No. What? Alright, let me move on. Are we just talking or are we acting? So are we okay with just the protest? Look at them like, there we go. Yes, I'm trying to take it there. Wake up.
I'm trying to go to sleep.
So, but what I'm trying to say, are we okay with seeing the protest and feeling like that's enough? Or are we willing to allow for someone to come in and to represent for
the protest in general, like prime example with the one of the questions that they had asked Jay-Z when he was in like the press conference or whatever meeting they was in, they had asked him, they was like, would you kneel or would you stand? And that was a highlight that they had showed, and he was just like, well, that's what he was just like, well, out of all of these people, do you know what we kneel for? Do you know what we kneel for? And everybody was like, okay, well, he kneeled for police brutality. So it's like at this point, the protest work. The protest more so brings about awareness. Now that you have people's attention, what are you going to do
with it? Did we just waste their time because all we're going to do is keep wanting to protest, or are we going to finally look to implement some change? And I feel like when change comes, then people start finding a way to hate on the change.
Goes back to what I was saying earlier, that how Jay-Z has done more than most. Like even like he has a track record of walking the walk and not just talking the talk, right? So I don't understand why it hasn't been more of people giving him the benefit of the doubt of like, all right, cool, I know what this man has done, I know what he's about, I know what his track record has been, so let's see what he's about to do. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like he's definitely the type who will go into an organization and make big changes.
Sure.
And I think the only way that protests really, to me, the only way that long-time protests can be effective is if we more so boycott something. So if we say, okay, we're not going to spend our dollars on this or that or what have you, and we actually stick to it, I think that in itself can promote more change on a person who obviously doesn't care about us. But it's just like, you know, at some point in time, if we more so take a stand or we say that we're doing this or that, it doesn't take action. Prime example, we don't got no clean water still.
Yeah, they still don't have any.
Shout out to Jaden Smith out there putting in work with that water.
Win silently as well as aloud. Alright, so let's close it up. Are we driven by our love for our culture, or are we driven by the likes on social media? Because is it okay to just jump on a bandwagon? You know, they got a point. What, you know, Jay-Z's supposed to be out here saying this, he right about this, da da da. But those people, are they in it just because of how many likes that particular topic has? Or are we in it for the love? Like, we love our culture, so we're willing to stand behind this and allow for him to...
We're not to that point yet. We're to a point where, I mean, right now, people like receiving instant gratification. They love getting attention. They want to see what type of benefit they can get from their individual opinion because they feel like it will give them individually a benefit versus feeding into a bigger picture.
Right. They want words of affirmation.
Like most people don't do something positive unless they're getting their picture taken or they're getting a shout out.
Yeah, that's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Like, ain't no real love out here. Like,
I disagree.
Most people
only
want something.
If we're being technical, it's not most. It's probably like 35%.
What? From my experience, personally, most people only do something to get something in return. Like come on,
like when you send me unreleased tracks asking for honest feedback on it, you wanted something in return, right?
Yeah, feedback. Like I'm sending you tracks, I want feedback in return.
You gonna get it when I listen.
Instagram.
And y'all gonna know too, cause I'm gonna tell y'all on the next episode of Unfiltered.
I can't wait to hear it. But no, like even like when you want, like even when you're dealing with other people in the same industry as you, right? Like even for a podcast, right? When we post or promote our podcast, say we want other people to promote it, they're like, oh well, yeah, shout me out for this too. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody ever just does something just because, oh man, I like this. Let me
jump on it without anything else to attach to it.
Oh, but we do it all the time, but it's not second nature to just do it for everybody. Like what we're talking about, like are we?
I'm a genuinely
because of culture, like. Oh, that's my brother right there. That's my partner right there. Let me promote him and get him to a point, and we can all like do it for everybody. Not just that was funny there.
Yeah, and sometimes.
But then my partner's over here trying to be funny, but that's funny, but let me not click that because I know him. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Yeah. And that's really what it is. Really, people really do that. Like, oh, I know him. Like, oh, that's cool. He did a great job. He don't need me to press. Like he knows me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like you know, jealousy like breeds in their heart. Like they think that by advancing somebody else or helping somebody else, that's gonna somehow dim their light, or that's gonna somehow stop them from getting to where they want to be. But it's just like we have to stop having that mentality. Like I think that it's gonna have to take somebody that's very influential to bring about bringing us together, because at this point I feel like
Beyonce.
hey, if she decides that she wants to be the leader,
it's all part of the big picture, honey. That's why Jay-Z doing what he doing, child. Beyonce's getting ready. She finna lead
but
our
that's
people
what I'm
through
saying.
music.
It takes that, because
like Lucifer did in the Bible. You know, he was the minister of music before he got kicked out.
Because a lot of these people, like, even, and I'll take it a little step further, we're going to remove, you know, we're not going to speak on slavery. We'll speak on, like, civil rights, where people were following those people.
After slavery.
So, like, during the civil rights, a lot of the leaders were people who were, like, at the forefront of, like, the churches. And at that point in time, it was just, like, religion was a really big thing. So, it was just like, okay, I trust this man because he is a man of God or whomever I'm following, so let me follow him because he's going to lead us to a place where we need to be. He's not going to steer us astray. And it just feels like right now, because people, you know, want all of this instant gratification and they want to feel like they're a part of something. Like I said, it's going to take someone who already has a big influence to allow the people that they influence to be the leaders of a movement. Like, just imagine if somebody like Beyonce said do X, Y, Z, and it actually benefited our community.
Like
they would do it.
She didn't say do vegan, but she did vegan, and now all the bitches was watching Homecoming like, oh, I'm finna go to Beyonce.
Yeah, but then once they realized that she wasn't eating no sugar bread.
She wasn't eating anything.
Basically, she has a chef.
She's like, no.
What was that? Lemonade.
She was eating an apple.
Right? That lemonade diet shit was her shit too?
Huh?
That lemonade diet was like
diet.
the lemonade and the cayenne pepper.
That's a diet, but it wasn't her
hers?
diet. No, they been had that.
Yeah, that's a detox.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Beyonce, I'm willing and ready to follow you.
But I think that her
leader.
doing something like that would really only be effective if she showed more of herself. Like if she made herself more like real.
No, she's very real.
Nah, she's like a phantom, bro.
Simba, welcome back.
That's how she's
like if she said be vegan, but then she actually released videos of her in her house making recipes.
I know, actually cooking.
Yeah.
No, because then she's gonna turn to Aisha Curry. Aisha Curry did that shit, and now we don't like her. So
people don't like her for other reasons.
No, because she showed too much of herself, and we see she's a cornball.
I really don't care that much about
I love that she's a cornball.
No, I'm just saying that for
food fight.
An effective movement to take place socially, it's going to have to take someone who's very influential already to hit it. Because no one's gonna say, oh, this you know, this dude from the hood who's talking all of this stuff, you know, is just gonna lead the world to where it needs to be.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. And on the next episode,
hey, if it's to be them, then they need to hurry up, cause
this
like it's going.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, all right. So, look, in all seriousness, right? What we're talking about, we need them to be these figureheads, right? What have they been doing when they, as a couple, take trips to Africa and build irrigation systems and
no, I'm not saying that they're not doing stuff. I'm just saying that
it's on camera. And then
I'm just saying that inevitably for a change to happen, it's going to have to happen from the people.
Right.
And
okay. That's the point I was getting to.
Yeah.
So it's not them. It has to be us as a collective, as a community, as a group.
Now they are
actually
they need someone that's gonna hurt them together.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's how we act.
They are sheep.
It's not possible. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, okay, what you're saying,
that
it's
like
that
we're not be what it is.
Y'all are not listening to him. He's talking.
Right. Like, it's. I get what you're saying. It's like, but I'm thinking about the mentality of us as people. Like, we don't like being told what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna have to be an organic thing where,
we do
as a collective,
every
we
time
all come together
collectively
and want
get
to do something. It'd
We
be
do like
fake
being
mad.
told. That's what I'm saying. We like to be
fake
driven by
mad.
other people's opinion. That's not ours. We just like to find a little bandwagon
And
to get on. And that's
then
my
that should
question.
be negative shit. Like,
Why
let's band together on some positive shit.
And that's what
Or
she's saying.
just
like,
maybe
we want
naturally-
to y'all get together.
Make a band.
Maybe naturally the world is just gonna move in a way where the lines are gonna be blurred, because technically they say, I forget what the year they say, but they say the average person is supposed to look like a biracial mixed skin person, just because the generations after us are more so colorblind, even
Yeah,
sexually
no
they kind of do what they want to do, and it's just like they're kind of more of themselves. They don't really listen to anyone at all, and they look for self gratification.
They
So
do listen to
I
other
mean,
people. They just listen to the social media.
You know what I've been
that's gonna
experiencing?
be a weird.
Y'all know what I've been
situation,
experiencing a lot lately?
What?
And people, like, especially our brothers and sisters, us black people,
Your brothers and sisters.
whatever.
Ours.
They're like just angry for no reason, like ornery, like upset. You feel me? And they all have we all have these attitudes. Like, not all. Let me not start saying all, but like I've been coming across a lot where it's like people just negative. Like
Looked in the mirror much?
when we get to a point where
I'm like so proud of the fact that he's like really ignoring him.
when we get to a point where we're all like focused on positivity, like it's like individually, like we're all like, oh my gosh, I want to do something positive, and then we're all like feeling like every time we see something positive, it's great. Like we start uplifting everybody. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Like we look at Jay-Z and be like, he's doing something great job. Let me join him.
Basically, find the good and stuff instead of picking out the negative.
But exactly, and I've been coming across a lot lately where people just are thriving off negativity, like just for no reason, like in the workplace, and just be like coming into it with just
right, like
negative
you already
attitude.
said, like, dang, we just got to work. What you mad
Yeah,
about?
like,
You
and
getting
it's
paid for
like,
this job.
and then when you stop and think about it, be like, if your attitude was different, our day would be better. Like you have an attitude, like, or you're having such a bad day, but
so
it's
you
like
spending that
you're
energy
Well,
the
I
wrong
mean,
way.
I might have coworkers that watch this, so I can't say how I feel.
I feel like a lot of
I think
times.
I'm just gonna shut up.
no, go ahead. They might need to watch it and be like, oh damn, that's me.
A lot of
They can
times
listen
too,
to me.
it's kind of when you're like in the day to day of your everyday life, and it's not, what you dreamed it to be or what you were told that you could do in the world. I think people just naturally kind of have that chip on their shoulder.
So do something
But
about
you're
it.
right. Like it irks me when it's like you're mad that you have to do your job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And if you don't like the job that you're doing, then find something.
it's like
different.
right, like okay.
Because
You may not-
it
okay,
can
cool.
be easy for you to say, but inevitably when I look at the bigger picture, okay, I've made it clear I work in a call center. There are many people that also work in call centers that do virtually the same thing that I do, if not possibly more, for different companies that get paid way less than I do. So inevitably, I mean, it just is what it is. I can't afford to get up and say, oh, I'm going to just go to school and do something else. I'm going to just drop everything in my life and just leave us alone because I just don't like it no more. It's not that easy. So
But
it
you
comes
can be
to...
looking for the change though too. Like you can go out here to find something different.
People say that, but it's not that easy. It's really not that easy.
And at the end of the day, a lot of
What you saying is not
this
that?
generation
It's not.
don't like
I mean,
no work,
okay.
period.
The last time that you probably, and this is a side challenge, look for a job was within your field that is at a dire need right now. So if you say, hey, I don't like this school, I don't like this county, I don't even like this subject, it gives you a little bit more leeway to say, okay, I have a little bit more that I can do, versus if I work in a call center and I've worked in a call center for X amount of time, When I try to go find another job that's not doing that, they're gonna say, well, why are you leaving that? Or if I work because I work for an insurance company, the moment that I invested 3 years with that insurance company and I tried to leave, why are you leaving them? You don't have any experience in what we're doing. So it just really is one of those things where it's what you happen upon.
No, it's all about how you approach life. Why can't you go into things with a positive attitude? It's all about like when you answer questions, it's all about how you answer them, right? So when you go into an interview situation, it's set up to say,
and I know how to interview.
Okay,
I also know that corporate knows what they want, and if I am not that from the get-go, then it doesn't work like that. They're putting people in those positions that they want to be put in there, which most of the time, 9 times out of 10, are people who are overqualified, people who they should be hiring as supervisors. They want people that they feel like, oh, we can minimally train, but at the end of the day, that really doesn't help their situation either, because those people come in as know-it-alls, and as soon as they get what they want, they leave.
Is that the position you want? So how do you get those qualifications? That's it. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's easy. There's a difference, right? Nothing in life is ever going to be easy, right? But when you look at something and be like, okay, this is what I want to do. So what does it take to get there? You have to do it. Whether it's hard or not, you're gonna have to do it. If it's too hard for you to do, then don't complain when you don't do it. It's that simple. Like when you're stuck
It's
in
not that
it
simple,
is simple and easy are two different things. Simple and easy are two different things, right? Something can be simple and not and hard to do. Like it's simple. You're either going to do what it takes to get what you want or not. And doing what it takes to get what you want is not easy. That's it. So if you can't, and if it's too hard for you to do what it takes to get what you want, then don't complain when you're not there. There's like complaining and having a negative attitude doesn't get you anywhere. Once you have a positive attitude, like that's what I want, that's nothing. I'm gonna go get that. The universe falls into place to where shit starts happening to where you can go get that. I've seen it happen. That's what I'm telling you. I've seen it happen. I've had a negative ass attitude towards shit, and shit just kept being negative, and nothing was happening for me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that negative shit. I'm about to go get it, and shit just started happening. I started meeting people. People's doors start open. Like it just, the universe works better when you're positive. When you have this positive energy, the world responds to you. I promise you.
It does. I agree with that.
Y'all over here with these damn chakras and shit.
I just let him finish because I was like,
retrograde.
All I'm saying is like, all right, even as simple as, all right, I'm working in a call center and I hate my job, but I'm a smile and talk pleasant. Like even in my mind,
I do that, so I am able to get my money, and I have other opportunities outside of me just doing my job. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's you. Just have a different outlook, so that's,
I'm just saying,
that's fine.
okay, I'm just
that's
asking, I'm simplifying it. I'm just asking, do you not notice a difference when you just having a bad day and you just feed into having a bad day and be pissed off and snapping at everybody, or when you have,
well, I don't have that luxury to snap on everybody because I wouldn't have a job. But
I'm saying, but just okay, for me, I've had a bad day and I was like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm just leave me in my funky mood. And then there's been other days where I'm having a bad day, I'm in a bad mood, but then I make a mental decision to smile and be pleasant, and then my day gets better. That's all I'm saying. You've never experienced that?
I am an actress, so I smile and act pleasant on the phone when I don't feel like it because I need my job.
But what you saying is if you're having a bad day, if you're going to work and you just like, because there are the days when you have a job that you don't like. You like, F this job, I ain't trying to be here, man. I'm just about to come in, do what I need to do, and get up out of here.
But that's what I'm saying. With me talking and interacting with people, I don't have that luxury. I have to at least pretend every single day, and that gets on my nerves. I don't have a job where I could just be on autopilot and say, I'm just finna do whatever. I can't do that.
Your latitude.
I can't do that. So
nobody's saying it from. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's just that's not what you
I get what he's saying, but
I got
just don't have an answer for it.
positive vibes. Positive.
Ain't no positive vibes.
We need positive vibes apparently.
You lead it off, Mr. Positivity.
Okay, I can. Look, word. Positive vibes. Make an effort to be positive. You feel me? Like, actually put the work in to be positive. Change your mental. You feel me? Like, you can make a decision to smile even when you're in a bad mood. You can make a decision to be nice to somebody even if you're not feeling in a friendly mood. You can make these little decisions to make, and once everybody individually makes these individual decisions to be positive and make worldly changes and worldly positive decisions, the world gets better that way because everybody's doing things to uplift each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're all like, oh my gosh, she's dope and he's dope and we're all gonna come up. There's plenty of money for everybody. Man, look, it was so funny to me. I was watching some dude's Instagram stories, and one post was like, oh man, y'all getting the sauce from me. I ain't giving out the recipe no more. Y'all ain't gonna eat. Then like a couple posts later, like, there's enough money out here for everybody. We all can eat. Like, so share the recipe. We all can eat. Put your brothers on. Like, shit. Like,
DM them for that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, I just look at that and be like, the second one is right. There's enough for all of us. We all can eat. So let's uplift each other. Every one of us. Each one teach one. Each one reach one. Whatever.
Yeah, because we'll give. Anyways, that's on the topic. We was on positive about self.
Right.
Anybody else positive?
He puts the positive.
Oh, one more little positive vibe. I'm about to go bike riding. You feel me? Keep your fitness up. I'm trying. What?
Alright, so do you have anything positive before I close this out there?
the sky is blue.
I have enough positivity.
Alright, so
Love you, Chris Brown.
he really does. But no, focus it right on point. So I'm not even gonna bore your ears out with it, but check in. We'll have some interesting stuff to talk about the next episode. So be on the lookout. And again, please continue to keep supporting, liking, submitting comments, giving us some feedback, letting us know what you would like for us to talk about. That's always a good help too, because we'll put it out there. But anyways.
Hey,
these mimosas got me smacked.
Hey, look. Hey, this is what I was gonna ask. Would y'all fight somebody in a wheelchair if they spit on you?
Yes. Yes, if you purposely spit on me, absolutely.
In a wheelchair?
Absolutely. And if that's disrespectful for the fit, walk away.
Somebody in a wheelchair spit on you fighting?
She's not a fighter.
Maybe slap her.
So she probably wouldn't. She would make a big deal about it.
I'll probably pick up something and throw it at him.
Like
fighting.
It wouldn't even be a fight though, but would you respond? Like, I'd push him. Like, I'd send you for a trip. I'm gonna go behind you, take your handlebars, and take you down.
I'm a mandated reporter. I'm not gonna answer this question. Goodbye.
You gotta go, y'all. I can't.
Save me, kid.